And we are live. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for jumping on here to spend some time with me today. I am going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So, as you saw when you signed up for this class, we are going to be discussing galleries, timelines, and then PDF reports. So, the three ways that you're going to be able to share CompanyCam. One question I get asked all the time is, does sharing my photos to my users cost anything? And the answer to that question is no. The three ways I'm going to show you how to share photos today is completely free to do so. While we're waiting for some additional people to pop on, I just want to hear from you guys. What of the three options we're talking about today are you guys utilizing? For some of you, that may be all three. For others, that may mean that you haven't touched the timeline, gallery, or report, but we will get you up to date on that today and hopefully show you some tips and tricks on how to best utilize it. Also, if everyone sees the chat, please let me know if anyone's having issues hearing me. My coworker Kelly is going to be asking or answering questions while I'm running through things. So just any questions you have, let us know. So I'll give us just 1 minute here before we jump in, and then we will be up and running and get you back to your Friday so you can have a good rest of your weekends. It's looking like right now, a lot of you are utilizing that gallery, which is awesome. Yeah, so to Eric's question about one of his guys not being able to be here, can this be recorded and sent out? We are recording it. I will be able to send that out. And Gavin, as soon as we get started, the timeline is the first thing we're going to discuss. So you will learn all about that in just a second. All right, so I am going to jump into my account here. And I apologize, I'm gonna end my phone over there, it's ringing. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna take a look at is the timeline. With that said, I'm gonna give you guys just kind of some tips and tricks, how people are best utilizing, we feel utilizing each of the three features. The timeline is the one we're gonna take a look at first. So with all three of these, I'm gonna tell you that sharing with the homeowner is always a good idea. So with the timeline specifically, it's going to be a live link that's going to upload in real or update in real time. This just means that as soon as you've sent it once, your photos that you're taking out in the field are going to come through without you guys having to resend that. So the great thing about the timeline is that you're sharing every single step of the process with the homeowner, not just the before or the after, but they're seeing the entire process. The other great thing is that you're going to be able to send them that timeline link. Say you're up on the roof or in the attic, they have that link. They're watching you as you take the pictures. And then when you come down, then they're able to see that, or they have those in their hand, and you guys are able to discuss those. The other benefit there is, say they're at work, they can just keep track of what you're doing throughout the day. So it just gives you guys a lot of transparency with the homeowner. The other great thing to utilize the timeline for is just going to be continual updates that span a time period. So if you're doing any type of property maintenance, so pool, landscaping, that type of deal, the homeowner knows when you're coming. You don't have to do anything for them. They're just going to be able to click on that timeline link at any point and see what you're doing. Also, if the homeowner's on vacation or it's their vacation home, again, just it keeps them up to date. It makes them feel comfortable. It also puts a little bit of reliability on your guys. So I'm going to jump into that timeline and show you guys how to share it. with everything we're going to do today, you'll always want to start on the project. So I'm on the desktop version right now. I'm going to show you desktop and then I'll jump over to mobile. So I'm going to go to my project specifically and find my project I want to share photos out of. So I want to share from my CompanyCam classes projects. And as you can see, I took some photos last night and then I've also taken some today. So with the timeline link, you'll simply go up here to share. That's going to be between the add photos and manage button. When I click on share, then I'm just going to go down to share timeline link. So as simple as that, now I have the option to copy the link, send it in an email, or put it on Facebook. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy it because I wanna open a new tab and show you guys exactly what your homeowner is gonna see. So they're gonna see the cover photo and project information. And then right below that, they're gonna see you guys' company logo. So if anyone hasn't uploaded this yet, do so. You'll definitely want to have this here. It's just an easy way to market and make sure that your name continues to get out there. As we scroll below, you'll see the photos I took today, the photos I took yesterday, and then if we were to be out in the field taking additional ones, they're going to continue to come through. Now, because I did say this is a live link, I'm going to jump back over here to our main CompanyCam projects page. And what I'm going to show you next is that you guys have the ability to hide photos in a project since the timeline link is showing every single photo. So you can see these two photos right here have an eye with a slash through them. That is because these two photos I've hidden from the timeline. So I also want to hide this one right here. When I check that photo, this green bar shows up. I can simply go to actions and then hide in project timeline. So you can see this photo now is also hidden from that timeline. Now, the other option you have with that is that you're going to be able to disable this timeline link. If you just don't want the person to have access to it any further, simply click up here to share and then disable that timeline link. So I'm gonna enable it again before we jump over to the mobile. So that is all there is to sharing that timeline link. Is very simple and straightforward. Now jumping to the mobile, I am on my main page here. So if we scroll up a little bit and get to our projects, you'll see that we have two ways on the mobile to share that timeline link. Between the star and these three lines is this arrow. If I click that arrow and then click share project timeline, it's going to give me all of these sharing options. So you'll see we have the same options that we did with the desktop version, but this now adds the ability to send a text message. I did send to myself just a little bit ago so that I could show you guys again what the homeowner is going to get. So up top here, this is what they see. They have a nice picture to start with, that cover photo, and then they can just jump in right here. It's going to look much like it did on the desktop. So as we wait for that to load, there we are. Again, all that same info. And then as we scroll below, they have the photos. One thing to also note, they can click into any of the photos and see them just a little bit bigger and scroll through them that way. The other way, I'm going to jump back here into my CompanyCam, is that if we are to go into a project, then up top here, there's the horseshoe with an arrow. Click on that and then share the project timeline that way. So whether you're on the home page or in the project, you can share it either way. So a few additional notes on what's beneficial in sharing the timeline is share it with your subs. That's just going to keep them up to date. Again, it's just less work for you guys because you've sent it to them one time and they have those pictures as you're taking them. And then lastly, with the timeline, another great way we think to utilize it is pre-existing damage. Guys, cover your butts. Have the ability to, or have your guys get into a habit of when they get to a job taking certain pictures That way you've sent them to the homeowner, you can point out any pre-existing damage, and then they know and you know that you guys didn't make that damage or create that damage, that was there beforehand. So that is the timeline. Next, we're going to take a look at the gallery. So the gallery is going to send exactly like our timeline did. The benefit to the gallery is the fact that it's going to give you the most control. So again, going into the project, we're going to share the gallery with the homeowner. And like I said, okay, so it does give you the most control, and it's just a really simple way to share a ton of photos. So instead of going to share, what we're going to do down here is you're going to select the photos you want to share with them. So I'm just going to pick a couple from today and then a few from yesterday. And once you've selected the photos you want to share with them, all you have to do is go up top to this green actions button, or I apologize, to this green share button, and then click gallery. I'm going to hit click get link, and then you can see it's going to give me the exact same sharing options as we had with that timeline link. So I'm going to copy this one, open a tab again, just to show you guys what that gallery is going to look like. So you can see this time it has you guys' company name here, and then just the photos you selected. And the benefit to this is that they are going to be able to download the photos just by clicking this blue button right here. So hopping over to the mobile, I'm already in that project I want to share photos from. Now, all I need to do, just like I selected on the desktop, is long press on one photo. Once I've done that, then you can see it's giving me circles on all the other ones. So I can simply just tap on the additional photos I want to include. And at the bottom here, it shows me how many are selected. And then I just hit the 3 dots. And from there, I'm able to share out that gallery. Again, added benefit on the mobile of being able to send a message. And again, I sent this to myself. So jumping back into that text, this is what the gallery looks like. From the beginning, it looks just like the timeline. Once I click into it, just like we saw on the desktop, it's going to give them the option to download those photos. And again, they can click in and make them bigger to go through them. So we talked about the gallery being beneficial to share to the homeowner. This is also going to be beneficial to share to adjusters and supplementers. Obviously, I would say the reporting feature is probably best for those people, but this is great if you need to add any additional one-off photos to them. So again, just like the timeline, the gallery is really simple to share and just gives you guys an edge on the competition. So I'm going to get out of the gallery on both my mobile and desktop. And last thing we're going to discuss today, guys, is that PDF report. So I am going to hit done. And just like with the gallery and the timeline, it's going to be beneficial to share the report with your customer or with the homeowner. With that, it's great for a proposal. So at the beginning of your sales process, you're able to take your photos and then send them the PDF report so that they have all the photos. The great thing about the report is that you're going to be able to add notes to it. So you're not just going to have photos, but you're also going to have verbiage along with it. It's also great to give the homeowner at the completion of their project. That way they have the information on everything you did. They can always go back and look at it, and they may share it with their neighbors, which just gives you guys more opportunities to get additional jobs. This one is where it's going to be the most beneficial sharing to adjusters and supplementers. It's going to just allow you to have the most detail because, again, you're going to be able to put any verbiage in there you want. Another way to use it well is for a change order. So again, just explain in detail what you're showing. So I'm going to jump in and show you guys how to do that on the desktop first again. I'm going to select all of the photos I took today And then I just want a couple I took yesterday. So I can go up top then to share, I apologize, reports, and then create a new report. From there, that's going to allow you to add a title and a subtitle, and then as you can see below, any notes that you need to the project. So I am not going to go over this in detail simply because here very soon we are redesigning the look of all this. It's going to be easier to use. It's going to be the same gist of allowing you to add notes to your projects, or sorry, to your photos. And so you can see right now, if I were to click on actions, I can generate a PDF or I can share it. If we share it, it's going to give a link. Otherwise, if we generate a PDF, it is going to send directly to yourself. And then from there, you can disperse that PDF however you'd like. So I am just going to go back into projects. Here, go back into mine. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about with the PDF report is I know a lot of the people we talk to day in and day out are using Xactimate. With your Xactimate report, you can include that PDF report to send. It's going to save you guys time, and it's really simple to attach along with it. So that is everything I have for you guys. The PDF report currently is not on the application. So if you were in the field and need to pull it from your phone, you can just go to CompanyCam.com and do it that way. Other than that, I will just stick around answering questions. Like I said, this is recorded. We can send this out to anyone that wants it. I'm gonna pull up my information here. Any questions you guys have, feel free to call me at this number. This is my direct line. And then below is my email. So dante.morrison@companycam.com. And I am happy to do any one-on-one demos that you guys need. Anyone that was not able to make it, just let me know. We also are happy to get users added. And I just want to hear feedback on how CompanyCam's working for you guys. So like I said, you guys have a great Friday. We will be sending out a special offer in your email that will come through on Monday. It does ask for your name in your email. You will need to fill that out, and then I will be in contact with you guys for you guys to get that offer.